My name is Mr. Stock. I teach 6th grade language arts on Team Confidence here at Santa Fe Trail. And I wanted to give you a little bit of a feel of kind of what goes on in the classroom. This is what I do at the beginning of every hour. On Google Classroom, I post a video like this. It's my daily class announcements. It lets the kids know kind of what's coming up in the class, what they can expect, what's due, what they're supposed to work on for their bell work. And it's a good way for them to hear from me, and that way I don't have to say the same thing over and over. While they're watching the announcements, I'm able to check in with individual students who may be having trouble with something on their homework or something else in the class. So it gives me a chance to touch base with them during that. Now this week I thought I would send one of these out to you guys so that you can I can give you a little bit of a explanation about some of the things that are happening and coming up, some of the changes from this semester. The first one is the MAP testing. Now, whenever I hear testing, I always ask myself, why are we doing this? Not in a bad way, but what is this going to teach me about the students? So for example, we took a writing assessment last fall and it gave me really good feedback. It let me know that the kids were really strong on their nods to the opposition and coming up with reasons. However, it gave me great feedback that they really struggle with using evidence effectively in a text. And so that lets me go back and it impacts how I teach the class. The MAP testing that we're going to do this week, we're doing it in both math and language arts, I'm really excited about, because the MAP testing, what it does is it starts out with some very basic questions, and it basically just keeps asking them more difficult questions until it gets to the point where they just can't answer them anymore. And every student will hit that point where they can't answer questions anymore. As opposed to other tests where it's all on the same level, and students who are really accelerated, they are going to fly through it, and it doesn't give me good feedback about where they're at, because it lets me know that yes, they're on grade level, but it doesn't tell me how far above grade level they might be. It also, those all on the same level tests, they don't give me a good impact of some of the kids who are struggling with their reading comprehension, because they may not understand any of the questions and they do poorly on it, but I don't know where to start. So this MAP testing, not only is it good feedback, but it's instant feedback. Within 24 hours, I will have their scores, and it will help impact how I teach the class. And hopefully that will be for the better, that I can target skills for each one of the kids. So we're really excited about this test coming up. It's over 2 days, so math will be Tuesday, Wednesday, and language arts will be Thursday, Friday. Okay? Second thing I want to talk about is weekly writing. This is new this semester. The weekly writings are going to be assigned on Monday or Tuesday. For example, this week it's going to be assigned on Tuesday. It is some sort of writing assignment that they will do outside of class. Sometimes they may have 5-10 minutes in class each day, but for the most part, it's done outside of class. This is a way for them to continue to practice their writing. A lot of times it connects to what we're doing in class. Sometimes it doesn't. Sometimes last week's was just a silly writing assignment to review nouns, verbs, and adjectives. So those will be coming out. The reason why I tell you that is because if they say they don't have homework, you can always have them show you their weekly writing assignment. It is always on Google Classroom. If they hand wrote it, they are supposed to take a picture of it and post it on Google Classroom. So they never have an excuse. Even if they say, but I swear I did it, show me on Google Classroom. If they can't show it to you, they could do it again. It won't hurt them to write more. The more they can write, the better. Just like reading, the more they read, the better. The more they write, the better off they'll be. The last announcement is about our new iPad policy. And I know some of the kids aren't thrilled about it. However, we've had a couple of teams here at the school who have implemented similar policies, and they've had great results from it. So what our new policy is the kids will have a list of apps that they can have on their iPads all the time. Okay, there's music apps on there. There's all the school stuff they're going to need. Anytime a teacher assigns an app, that will be added to the list. So the list will grow. But the thing that the kids aren't a big fan of, but I think is going to have a big impact on their learning, is they are only allowed to have 2 games on their iPad. They have a list of about 40 that the kids generated. The kids had a lot of feedback. Today will be the 3rd time they've had a chance to give feedback on this iPad policy. They've suggested all the games that are on there. I went through and vetted them, and I checked the ratings on them. I checked what the game was like. I had kids check it, make sure nothing was inappropriate on there. So they have a list of about 40 games. They're only allowed to have 2 games on their iPad. Now, if they want to take one off and put a new one on, they can do that, but they're only allowed to have 2 apps. Now, if they are a car recipient, they're allowed to have 4. If they're a car recipient, they're allowed to have 4 games on their iPad. So a little more motivation to be a car recipient. So that is the new iPad policy. It's basically just a chance for us to eliminate some of the distractors for them when they're at home or when they're in class and they're distracted by, oh, there's this game I really want to play. They still get a little bit of flexibility because they get 2 games, but we don't want, some of the kids had 30 or 40 games on there, and that's just too many distractions for that device. So we're going to take those distractions away. We'll see how it goes. I'd love to, at parent-teacher conferences, hear your feedback on this iPad policy, how it's developed, how it's impacted you guys at home. So we would love to hear some feedback after we've had it for about a month, just to kind of see how it's going. So that's it. As always, if you need anything, email me, jstocksf@olatheschools.org. You can always call, but it's the easiest way to reach me is through the email. So thank you for all that you do for the kids and your support at home. We really appreciate it. And as I always say in my videos to the kids, until next time, be awesome.